Hello and welcome back to Don't Starve Shipwrecked. Last time we found a bunch of coral, which has allowed us to properly set up a new base, although we haven't done it yet. We're working on it, okay? We're gonna get there eventually. I just noticed we've camped out next to many evil flowers. I find this strange. We're going to take these evil flowers, even though it's going to hurt us quite a bit, and we're going to drop them over here so they no longer harm our sanity. Perfect. Now, what do we need for our base? First off, we were slightly moving some things from the other base over to here, but that's not the biggest concern right now. I think the biggest concern is eating a couple of these mussels. Cooked mussels. Delicious. I'm personally a massive fan of cooked mussels. They're gorgeous things. Gorgeous. So we need to get a chest up first, so we can store some of this stuff. And then we need to get to work on a chimney and a science machine over here. Those are probably the most important things that we can put together right now. Probably the case. Do we have a shovel? We don't have a shovel. Really, we don't even have space for a shovel. Now, as I recall... Okay, yeah, the dogs did attack last time. I'd forgotten whether or not that was the case. But it was, in fact, the case. The dogs attacked us, so we are perfectly fine to, at the point that we actually, get a science machine up and jazz, build ourselves a backpack, and that should be perfectly fine. It'd be brilliant, in fact. Probably one of my favorite things. I'd give it like a 7 on my favorite rating, but, Oh, no. We have no pickaxe. That's brutally disgusting. There we go. Now we got a pickaxe. We're gonna need a bit of stone. It'll be perfectly fine. Okay. So we're actually, I'd say, on a scale of survival, if we were to put the scale from about a 7 to 28, I'd give us about like a 14. 14, somewhere around there. That's about where we're at in terms of survival right now. Not the worst, not the best. We're getting there. We need to build ourselves a backpack, which will require multiple sticks, which is unfortunate, because we don't have multiple sticks. However, one of the reasons why we did move over here was because there were sticks here. Are there still sticks here? That's a different question. Might not be the case. I might have sticked out the entire area, which would be quite sad. We should probably go on, like, a sapling mission. Sapling recruitment, but I'm not recruiting the sapling. I'm just going to steal it and just abscond with it. It's more like a sapling kidnap mission. But regardless of what you want to call it, it's a mission to go get saplings. Which is probably a good idea, because these saplings do not look brilliant. Oh, that one's got something on it. Perfect. Not enough for anything, really. I mean, pretty much nothing. No, not really. Oh, this is a bit awkward. Oh, it's pretty useless, in fact. Oh, no. Okay, let's just put on our thatch pack. It'll be fine. Okay, we need a shovel. No, first thing we need, like I said before, is a chest. We just don't have enough space to hold everything that we have. There's a lot of stuff right now that we could leave here. So, if we get enough wood, that should be fine. First move of the day. Okay, we only need a bit more wood, and given that there are no monkeys, we'll be perfectly fine with that. That's always a universal at this point. Given that there are no monkeys, we'll be fine. Dead snake, perfect. So I imagine that only the poisonous snakes actually drop venom glands, which is important because we need venom glands to make anti-venom, which will be key if we ever get poisoned again, because I don't know if you've noticed, but being poisoned is not the best thing in the world. It's actually pretty terrible. I personally hate it massively. It's probably one of the worst things. There we go. Put a ton of stuff away. I think we do need to go on that stick recruitment mission. Let's take a look at our map and see where we can go to recruit some sticks. Not here. We got some saplings over here, which are probably a good move. Looks like in the tropics, sticks only grow on the beaches. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. This has been duly noted in my log. I totally have a log. It's a thing, okay? Jeez, everyone has a log. You know, sometimes people just feel that it's the right move to make a log about what they're doing. And in this case, I felt like cooked mussel on day 10 was an important log to make. You know it's the case. We're gonna eat what is pretty much like sushi, except not sushi because it's cooked. We're gonna make a nice steamed seaweed with a mussel in the middle, and we've just eaten it, and it's delicious. It's brilliant. Just, gorgeous. Okay. Oh, it's like right at the end of the day. We cannot go out and hope to come back alive with saplings. There's just not enough time. Hello, bees. How are you doing, bees? How do you feel, bees? Bees feel pretty good, actually. So we'll just stick around here for the remainder of the day, see what we can do. Not much, I would imagine. I mean, quite frankly, there's not much to do. Oh, we can explore the southern expanse of the island. We haven't done that yet. It seems that we've taken root in the more dangerous section of the island, which seems to be something that we like to do, you know, camp out in dangerous places. But, I mean, someone has to do it. We're pretty much the Bear Grylls of this place, so, you know. When it comes down to it, we have to test all of the incredibly dangerous survival techniques that no one else is willing to try because they're actually really dumb. So we shall cement ourselves as the Bear Grylls of this land. It's perfect, trust me. Don't worry about it, we'll be fine. And by fine, I mean we're gonna die a terrible death. But at the same time, nothing to worry about. Oh, unless you worry about us dying a terrible death. Whereas then, you know, there is something to worry about. But don't worry about that. Even if we do die, you'll be perfectly fine. Oh! Get away from my tree! I need some wood! It's coming nighttime. I need to put something on the fire. Come on, knock it down. Yes. Stupid snakes. They don't understand. Why did you drop the logs, WX78? Did you butter your hands? If so, where did you get the butter? Oh, look, it's the middle of the night. And it's bright. That can only mean one thing. It's a full moon. Oh no, it's a full moon. We're all gonna die. We're gonna be fine, don't worry. Okay, we need to take our boat and head down. Actually, not to a place we've been before. You'd think that'd be a logical move when you're looking for things, but no. We're going to go down to yon island down yonder, which is actually quite a ways away when you think about it. Oh, look. Oh, we've got another shore. Anything of interest on said shore? Do you see anything? Outside of impending rising tides, it doesn't look terribly interesting. Oh, I'd jump out, but you know, WX78 and all that. Oh, there's tons of saplings down here. We don't need to go anywhere. We've got 1 billion saplings. Look at that. Oh my word. Oh no, it's monsoon season. This is why we needed a chimney. This is why we... There's a touchstone here. My word, it's a veritable paradise. This is the second place I've called a veritable paradise. I believe that the first place I called a veritable paradise actually ended up being our doom. But, you know, it's a veritable paradise! Actually, the last place was filled with monkeys, that's right. That's what it was all about. Please, wind, don't blow me away, please. I'd be perfectly happy if you didn't do that. We will need a chimney. What do we need for a chimney that we don't already have? Chimney requires sand. That's what we need. And we've got more than enough to make a shovel at this point. And probably a legitimate backpack as well. Ooh, what? Did we not pick that up? Huh. I guess that maybe it's a bit bugged. That's fine. Anyway. We'll ignore that and just bring our sticks away. Oh no. It's so rainy. We're getting wet. You know what wetness means for WX78? Impending death. Impending death is what wetness means. I do have a fair question, though. Are these trees gonna fall over at any point? I mean, it is a lot of rain. I feel like one of these days, wind, the rain's not gonna take down the trees. I think the trees will be fine in the rain. But I feel like at some point, the wind's just gonna get so strong that it's gonna knock these trees over, and that's not the best. This tree is really obstructing my view, and I don't like rotating the camera because I'm like that. I like keeping my orientation at all times. So, no, tree, you're gonna have to go. I'm quite sorry. I cannot be asked to have to continually try to fight you, tree. There we go. Now, we don't have much more before we can build a chimney. We've got our coral. We'll store some pine cones, some thatch, some bamboo. That should be fine. Make ourselves... We need the science machine. Limestone. And we need some sand. And then we should be perfectly fine on a chimney, which should save our lives pretty much forevermore. And we should also, if we can find a shell or two, it should be perfectly fine to build a sandcastle to raise our sanity, which is, dropping just a bit. What do we got? Chimney? Right there. Bada boom! Okay. Next move is to plant some trees, because we will need renewable wood. So I'm thinking we want a tree like right here. That'll be our weather tree that will protect us from the rain once it grows up, and we won't cut it down because it's our weather tree. You don't cut down your weather tree. The weather tree is your friend. You don't cut down your friends. If you go around cutting down your friends, then how are you any better than Brutus? Huh? How are you? Not at all. And who is Brutus but, like, the laughingstock of all of Rome? Outside of the fact that he killed Caesar and, it's probably not the laughingstock of all of Rome, but, I think you get the idea. It's a similar idea. Oh, my lord. Can we cook things in a chimney? We can. Perfect. Okay. We've got a chimney. We've got a supply of sticks. Next move, we need to somehow acquire for ourselves a crockpot. Crockpot is going to be key in this situation. I need to know exactly what we need for it. I can't remember how much charcoal. 6 charcoal and 6 sticks. I see. Charcoal? Fine. Perfectly fine. Sticks? Not the worst. Not the best either. Well, trees, I hate to be that guy, but, goodbye. Au revoir! Sayonara! Das vidanya! Bye! They're all dead now. Quite unfortunate. The trees have died a terrible death. They almost took me down with them due to heat stroke. WX78, how can you suffer from heat stroke? Are you joking? You're a robot. Robots don't suffer from heat stroke. Admittedly, they do suffer under high heat, but at the same time, shut up, WX78. You don't get a say in this. Look, you're supposed to not suffer from heat stroke when you're out in the wilderness, or any other situation, really. You being out in the wilderness is not really the most important part of the not suffering from heat stroke thing. No, we actually have a bunch of legit petals over here. That's nice. I wonder if we can get enough to build a nice little garland. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be brilliant. We've, like, burnt a couple, but, it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. There we go. We got enough charcoal. Now we need some cut stone. And we need a decent quantity of cut stone, I do believe. My fine friend. I just felt like saying that. I feel like I've been speaking actually quite formally so far, so I felt like maybe fine friend will do us just perfectly peachy in this situation. Just walk up to each other, just look each other in the eyes, be like, do you understand? And you're like, Fine friend, of course. I fully understand what you're seeking to tell me, my fine friend. I've understood it for 7 decades. And you're like, 7 decades? Oh, my word. I cannot believe it's been 7 decades since you told me such a tale. And then we all, you know, like, hug, and there's, like, some crying involved. Not too much crying, just enough crying. And then, like, they just go out, and we have a couple drinks. You get, like, knackered. I don't think that's actually the proper term for that, but, you know. We're gonna go with it anyway. What the heck is that thing? No. What is it? I don't understand. I've never seen that creature before. Spider warrior. Is that the same thing as the jumping spiders, except a different texture? I'm going to go with that being the case at this point and hope that that is actually true. Because if it's not, that would be bad. Okay, where's our camp? This torch will not last forever. Oh, it's up here. Perfect. Perfect. Boosh. Boosh. Nice. Okay. Well, we don't actually need to cook anything right now. We can put the torch out because we don't really need that. We're just going to use it up. Okay. So what we need is some stone and 1 more flower. Literally just 1 more for a garland. That'd be brilliant. Although we're pretty happy on the sanity level. I do have to say so myself. It is quite the case. So I think we'll be perfectly fine there. Okay. So, next we need stone. And I believe that the best place to get stone will be... Oh, it's way down there, isn't it? That's not the best. I thought this place was a lot closer. So maybe we'll just try to get as much stone out of the stones around here and then see what we can do from there. If we ever do run out of stone, we can go down to the magma place, grab a big shipment, and then head back up here. And that should be fine. I mean, I don't want to do that if I don't have to, because that's a lot of time. Lots of time indeed. Perhaps we should build a campfire over there. That'd be brilliant. Having a campfire over there. Gorgeous. What do we have? Cut stone. We need 3, I do believe. And I think we have more than enough. Absolutely perfect. Let's check. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, we are all done. Oh, my lord, friends. We have ourselves a crock pot in about, like, 5 seconds. Not right now, because, you know, we need to wait and, you know, actually build it. But very soon we shall have a crock pot. There we go. Crock pot. Right next to a bunch of bamboo. Come on. There we go. Nice. Wow. Well, I'm happy. Are you happy? I'm happy so far. That's quite nice. Oh, we should have put some limpets in there just to, you know, pad it out. Okay. Ignoring the fact that we didn't put any limpets in there. We could use some muscle sticks. Muscle stick. Do we have a machete? We do have a machete. Ooh, fistful of jam. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, legit food. I mean, it's not great food, but it's pretty good food. It's better than the average. So we'll work on getting up a couple muscle sticks. It'll turn our gorgeous seaweed into something of much greater value. And I mean, we do have the pleasure of living right next to a bunch of berry bushes that we don't even have to fertilize at all, which is brilliant. Makes me feel so good about myself. I hope it makes you feel so good about yourself too, although, I mean, it doesn't have to. It's really your decision at this point. If you want to feel good about yourself, you can. If you don't, on the other hand, oh my lord, look at all of them! Die, you snakes! It's not an insult, you're actually snakes. I'm really surprised you didn't notice that to begin with. Okay, there we go. Now I believe under dress there's some sort of snake skin jacket. Perfect. If we can get one of those, that should protect us from the rain during the monsoon season. Might take a little while because we do need bone. Although we can get bone pretty easily from those X marks the spot places. If you did note, every time you dig up one of those, you get a couple bone fragments. So that is exactly what we need in this situation. So one day eventually, we can go dig up that chest down yonder, down south that we were going to go to begin with. And go grab that bone there. That'll be nice. Where's our little raft? Oh no. Oh no, our little raft is over yonder. How dare you, little raft! How much do we need to make a little raft like that? Not too much. So long as there aren't a bunch of snakes, it's not too much. Here we go. So I feel like things we don't want to do. Put any of our structures on the sand. Probably a bad idea. Also, harbor any of our boats on the sandbank. That also seems like a bad idea. Because every time we have to go out to the boats, if we do have them on the sandbank, we could possibly suffer from the whole, you know, going out there, all of a sudden it's all wet, we start getting damaged. WX-78 is sad. We don't want WX-78 to be sad, do we? No, not at all. Nice, muscle stick. Muscle stick! Okay. So we do have a torch, which will help us get back to camp when we ultimately do. If we need it. I mean, we don't have to need it. Preferably, we won't need to use it. But there are mussels over here, so you never know. Mussels do sometimes elicit the necessity of a particular quantity of torch usage. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, look, there's mussels right there. If we can put it in between waves, we got it in, people! It's not gonna get destroyed, is it? Nah, it's fine, it's fine. We got a couple mussel sticks down. Hey! Hey! Oh, you didn't eat the seed, and you left me a doubloon. Thanks, mate, thanks. Now, I prefer to bring this raft back over to our side of the island, just, you know, in case everything gets covered over in water. In some sort of biblical flood of death, we shall be perfectly fine. Because I'm concerned, super concerned that at some point this is all going to flood over. I really have no reason for this concern. Outside of general paranoia and the knowledge that Don't Starve does tend to do terrible things to you. And that does sound like quite a terrible thing to do to someone. No, it's just the worst. Okay, let's see. Hello, camp. I'm back. I got some mussels. I also put up some more mussel things. Camp doesn't care. Camp is an inanimate object and cares not about what I have to say. Let's put in some stale seaweed as well. Oh, brilliant. So I feel maybe we need another chest, and then we have to figure out where to go from there. Because I don't think I really have a plan beyond that. Sushi! We created sushi! Brilliant! Absolutely, dashingly brilliant. Just drop that coin for one moment. There we go. Now store it in the chest. Perfect. Oh, look at that! Eat it immediately! Oh, look at all the health! Hunger. Sorry. Get those two mixed up sometimes. Okay. We got... Oh, nice stuff. Let's put some snake skins in there. Let's make something else up in the crock pot. Try to use up this stale seaweed as much as we can. Because stale seaweed is not necessarily the best thing to be carrying around all the time. I mean, eventually it's going to rot, and if it rots in our pocket, that's just disgusting. I mean, come on. Do you want rotting seaweed in your pocket? Oh, look, more sushi. It's created so quick. It's a California roll. I wonder if they have different kinds of rolls. Huh. Well, regardless, that brings us to the end of the episode for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Next time, we have to figure out what in the heck we need to do next. Probably get a rain slicker. Also, maybe not the proper terminology, but regardless, a snakeskin jacket that should keep us dry and leathery. So we'll go for that next. Until then, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.